As we all know, tonight is the WWE Royal Rumble, the 2021 Royal Rumble, which kicks off the road to this year's WrestleMania. Now, I just did a lot of research and gone down some rabbit holes looking at some crazy Royal Rumble theories. Theories that fans think could happen tonight. So I am going to go over a couple of the theories that I think are interesting, funny, crazy, whatever. I'm going to go over a bunch of them, and I want to see what you guys think of these ideas that I found on this crazy old internet. Now, probably the craziest idea I saw was that Alexa Bliss is going to win the men's Royal Rumble match, summoning the Fiend. So, if you've watched Raw over the past couple of weeks, the past couple of months, Alexa Bliss has been absolutely crushing it, in my opinion, crushing it in the role she's been given. If it was the 1980s, she would make $1 trillion as a horror movie actress. Just an outstanding job she's doing. But anyway, over the last few weeks, few months, it seems like she's been summoning the Fiend. Like, especially not last Monday, but the Monday before when she beat Asuka. Whoo! What a performance by both these women over the past few weeks. But it seems like she summoned the Fiend. The Fiend came inside her, took over her body, and she became this unstoppable force. So there's a few fans out there that think that she is going to enter the men's Royal Rumble match, but be summoned by the Fiend and win. Could you imagine the internet's reaction the next day, or even instantly, if Alexa Bliss won the men's Royal Rumble match? There's a lot of rumors out there saying the WWE is considering an insane finish to this match. Is that it? Who knows? In this era of the Thunderdome, no fans, definitely anything is possible. And honestly, it would definitely get a lot of attention. The internet would explode, I think, but I think there might be some people out there that would enjoy it. For the most part, now I have not seen a lot of negative comments towards this angle, this storyline whatsoever. I absolutely love it. Could Alexa Bliss win the men's Royal Rumble match? Woo! Next theory that I saw is that, and this one pops up almost every year, is that CM Punk is going to return in the 2021 Royal Rumble match. Now, there's probably a bit more of a chance of that happening than there was before. He did work for Fox on WWE Backstage, the first interaction he's had with any sort of WWE programming since he left the company. Could you imagine the explosion of the people at home, because there's nobody in the audience, the explosion of people at home if Cult of Personality hit and out comes Punk and he takes a knee, looks at his wrist and says, "It's clobbering time," and does this thing. What a reaction that would get. That's probably the one people want to see the most, I think. Another theory that I saw out there is that John Cena, now this one's definitely plausible. I could definitely see this one actually happening. That John Cena returns tonight and wins the Royal Rumble, goes on to WrestleMania, and captures his 17th championship title, beating Ric Flair. What a historic occasion that would be. I've thought over the last little while, he's still at least one or two behind, but I thought that Randy Orton might be the guy to beat Ric Flair's record, or at least it would end up in a match between John Cena and Randy Orton of who would beat Ric Flair's record. But who knows? John Cena returning would be huge. Has he been on TV since last year's WrestleMania? I can't recall off the top of my head if he's had an appearance since. He may have, but the last time I remember him doing anything big was last year's WrestleMania when they had that Firefly Funhouse match. As far as the women's match goes, I have not seen a lot of crazy theories of things that could happen tonight. That would be, oh my God, they're doing this in the Women's Royal Rumble match. It's more of people want to see return. People think that are going to see return. There's a lot of people that want to see Kelly return. There's a lot of people that want to see Tori Wilson return. The biggest one out there, of course, and this goes along with the CM Punk theory, is that people want to see AJ Lee return. And I am 1,000,000% on board with AJ Lee returning in the Royal Rumble match tonight. Such a huge fan of her. She was fantastic back in the day. Such a good performer. Everything she did, in my opinion, was fantastic, and I would love to see her come back tonight. But here's the question. I think you do Punk second. I was going to say, which one do you do first? You do AJ first? Because then that sort of gives away Punk. Kinda. Or do you do Punk first and then do AJ second? Because then you get the big, like, oh my God, it's Punk. And then you're like waiting for AJ. Or do you do it and then wait for Punk? That's a hard, you do them at the same time. That would be amazing to see AJ Lee return tonight. Of course, Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, the big one, and she just had a baby. But is it possible she could come back and do an appearance or something in the match tonight? I don't know. Becky Lynch would be the man to see return. And I know I said AJ was the big one, but the other huge one that people are speculating may happen tonight is the return of Rowdy Ronda Rousey. I love Ronda Rousey. I'm a huge Ronda Rousey fan. I would love to see Ronda Rousey return tonight in the Royal Rumble match. So those are all the crazy, interesting, fun theories that I've heard. So I'm looking forward to it. What do you guys think is going to happen? Is there a theory out there that I mentioned that, or is there a theory out there that I didn't mention that you guys think might happen tonight? Or what do you guys think of the theories that I found on the internet, that these fans may think happen? Oh, and yesterday, WWE Backstage announced that Randy Orton and Edge will be the number 1 and number 2 entrant into the Royal Rumble match tonight. I'm super pumped, super looking forward to this. The Royal Rumble is one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year. Even if it's a regular person, I'm always like, who's next? There's also a big rumor that Big E could win the Royal Rumble match tonight, or Daniel Bryan. So many different possibilities. I'm so excited. Royal Rumble, WrestleMania season, let's go.